Okay guys, so we're putting the gasket maker on now, and yep, go ahead and go on the outside of that. Yep, come back in now, yep. Stop there.
Pouring rain, cobblestones, I just try to keep me away from the crowd. I'm tired of the street lights, my actions follow blurred lines. The night is gonna know the sunrise can bring me back to life. Can bring me back to life. To life. Can bring me back to life. Can bring me back to life. To life. Can bring me back to life. Can bring me back to life. To life. Can bring me back to life. Confusion, spin around, spin around, spin around. I walk alone.
Okay, so guys, before you already saw we put the bead on, you'll see there's 2 guide pins here, and then after that, we can go ahead and install the pan, so go ahead and plop the pan on. So, nope, flip it around. There you go. That's the right way. Now, remember there's guide pins there. So, hold on here. Good there. Yep. Hold on, not even close on this side. Guys, now that he's done that, we're going to start out with 29 foot-pounds. See if we can get that there. 29 foot-pounds for the 14 millimeters, and it is 15 foot-pounds for the 12 millimeters. So again, 14 millimeters are 29 foot-pounds, and the 12 millimeters are 15 foot-pounds. Guys, next up we're doing the strainer. We have a brand new gasket down there, and he's gonna put the strainer on now. Strainer on, and Put one bolt there. Now go ahead and grab your two other nuts. Now make sure you don't drop those nuts down inside the engine. So one at a time. Because to get into the bottom one, you want to make sure you don't drop that inside the engine. Good. Now do the top one. All right, and tighten those down. Perfect. Look at you go. Okay. Yep. Okay guys, now we're doing the lower oil pan. These get a bunch of 12 or 10 millimeter bolts, and we're putting the gasket maker on again. This is Toyota FIPG, and Colton's gonna go ahead and go at it. Sorry guys, but the camera ended up cutting out, so I wanted to go ahead and just skip ahead and show you where we're at today. So that obviously shows you the last little bit there. Putting on those last 10 millimeter bolts, by the way, I forget how many inch pounds it is, so I mean, I wouldn't say in foot pounds, it's like 6 or 7 foot pounds, it's nothing crazy. So I usually just hand tighten them, and then when I feel they're tight, they're tight. That steel gasket and pan doesn't get anything crazy, so don't go overboard, you don't need to over crank it. Again, it's just threaded in to this aluminum cast pan, so it doesn't take much to strip that out, so just be aware of that. If you look in your book though, or if you look it up online, I can't remember at this time, it does show you the torque rating, it's just not very much. Everything is back together, the head's on. He spray painted these covers for now until we can find some GTE ones. Again, we might just run it with these just for the time being. We are waiting a few other parts too. I did go ahead and install a few other things, so went ahead and modified his NA water neck here. So going down, you need to shave off this one little area right over here so you can rotate it down instead of it coming out this way. This lets it rotate down so you can keep the hose out of the way of the tubular manifold. We went ahead and put on this, the water neck part here, forget this because you call this the upper water neck. This has 2 O-rings in here, and then it has a gasket up above. And then there is a metal gasket for this, and then it has 3 bolts that hold on. Got that in there. I've got all your sensors. Pretty much everything's on and ready to go. Got your oil filter on now. Just waiting on little things here. We're gonna be running an FS Moto trigger setup, so that is what we're going to use to actually make this a COP car. This is going to be coil on plug. This is also going to run a Miggy built turbo kit. So again, those are just things we're waiting on, and unfortunately we're at the mercy of those builders. So until we get those parts, it's kind of a standstill. Could we put the engine in now? Yes. Is it easier with it out? Yes. So I'd rather just wait till those parts come in. Once we get it all back together, then we'll shove the engine back in, and then we can wait. Really, the trigger kit's what I want to do because the dampener and everything, it's just easier with it out of the car. Time it and get everything right. And then once that's all done, I'll put it back in. The turbo kit is not so much. Installing an NA head turbo kit's really easy because you can see here the studs are in between the ports, unlike a GTE, where the studs are actually above and below the ports, what makes it really hard to get to those bottom studs. Colton's been making really good progress on this. Again, we're kind of at a standstill right now till we get these parts. As you can see here, this video was kind of just going over the last little bit. I wanted to make sure I showed you guys from nut to butt, getting all those parts on. That's pretty much the engine build itself. Now I will show you guys installing the trigger kit, how to time this engine, and I'll also show putting the turbo kit on. But at this time, it's gonna be a little bit, maybe 4, 5, 6 more weeks till we get the rest of those parts in. Again, once we do, I'll record all of it, edit to my best of my abilities, and get it up for y'all. You guys got to be understanding, I do have the kids coming here very, very soon, so that's going to be a little bit of hindrance to me doing this kind of stuff. That's why even with her build, there's a lot of stuff I didn't record here recently just because I hate to say it, but rushing to get shit done because I just won't have the time to work on it. And if I don't do it now, it won't get done. It's not feasible. So there's things that were tedious and I need to do, and then try to record it and then redo it. I just don't have time for it. I have too many other things going on, so I do apologize, guys. I will have more content on her car here very soon, so please stay tuned for that. Just getting it cleaned up. Just look at the garage right now. Look how clean everything is. Like, I haven't had this cleaned up. Even that stuff's gonna go away here in a second. It's just clean in here for the first time in God knows how long. It's insane. I can't remember last time I've had the garage this clean. Even the floors look decent. There's stains and stuff, but it's actually half decent, which is unusual for me. But on that note, guys, thank you very much. I hope this NAT series is something you like. I'm gonna list it again in episode order. We're not done yet. Again, like I said, we've still got a harness, we've got the intake manifold install, we've got injectors, we've got a fuel system, we've got so much more to do. I'm gonna keep this as the NAT series, as I know there's a lot of guys out there doing this, and I wanna make sure this helps as many of you as I can. So guys, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.